Welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Celestine Wendia. I'll be your host for today. And we will be talking about the ongoing protests that were sparked by the death of Albert Ojwang. Albert Ojwang died in police custody after he was tortured to death. Masses gathered and marched to Nairobi City Hall to ask for justice over the death of Albert Ojwang. Remember, Eliud Lagat, the one who said that Ojwang was publishing wrong information of him online, still hasn't been arrested. A lot of Kenyans are calling for his arrest because he is the prime suspect in this matter, and so far, no steps have been taken against him. It seems like something is going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of. And new details have come up about the death of Ojwang. The Star published a story saying that an anonymous source came forward and said that he was taken to Karura Forest during 9:30. The timeline given was 9:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. He was taken there, beaten and tortured, and the officers panicked when he slipped into a coma and they brought him back to Central Police Station. Upon arrival, the officers who were in Central Police Station decided they are not going to book him, but orders came from above saying that he should be booked back into his cell. We know how Kenya operates at this point. If orders from above find you, you have to obey them, or the next day you have no job to go back to. And then when they realized that he was in fact in critical condition, that is when he was rushed to Mbagathi Hospital, where he was pronounced dead upon arrival. This case has caused a lot of anger among Kenyans because it reminds us of 2024 anti-finance protests. And this comes at a time when a lot of Kenyans are asking for 25th June to be made a public holiday to remember those who lost their lives in the anti-finance protest. And so far, some leaders have come up saying, like Isaac Mwaura, he said there is no way that day is going to be a public holiday. It is going to be a normal day in Kenya, because if we make it a public holiday, it would seem as if we are trying to even out political scores. The question is, political scores with whom? And remember yesterday the Senate was gathered to discuss what happened to Albert Ojwang. And senators' opinion clashed because some of them, like Senator Cheruyot and CS Murkomen, had a verbal fight. And Cheruyot was advocating for CS Murkomen's resignation, claiming that he is not doing his job. And Murkomen went ahead and said that, Cheruyot, you are my student. And I knew at that point you are stupid. So you will not come and lecture me on how to do my job. Douglas Kanja had to come and apologize to Kenyans for wrong information given about what happened to Ojwang. Because you remember the statement they said that was offered by Moses, the spokesperson, and claimed that Albert Ojwang banged his head in the cell a couple of times. Now, that felt like they were trying to convince us that he was not mentally stable, which in fact is not true at all. And which has been confirmed by the post-mortem that indeed the wounds were not self-inflicted, because they were trying to tell us, guys, he committed suicide. That's what happened. That's what you should take. And now autopsy showed different results. And he had to apologize publicly. And it shows that leaders are not verifying their statements before they give them to the public. And the public is angered because they are not showing remorse when it comes to them. And a lot of Kenyans are just saying 2027 should just arrive now at this point, because they are ready to vote out some of these people in government, because all they are doing is picking cases which they can sympathize with, and then the rest of the people, because we have also had the case of Brian Odhiambo, who was taken by KWS officers and up to now is still missing. Yet that is not being publicly discussed by these political leaders. They are focused on Albert Ojwang, and that is only because the public is demanding justice and they are choosing to sympathize with that. And then what about the rest of the citizens who have not yet been found up to today? Choosing which cases to offer sympathy with is not enough. They need to take accountability. And the one who is pulling the strings behind the scenes also need to be revealed, because this has gone on too far. Tell me what you think about this whole scenario in the comments below. Thank you for watching Havana Media. I have been your host, Celestine Wandia.